on. Ooh. What's up, chat?
Power outages go crazy tonight, I guess.
Yeah, if it happens again, then we're gonna do it tomorrow, I think.
That's fun.
Yeah. Third time's charm. It's been more than that, man. Just been having problems tonight. What's up, Lois Lane? What's up, Ricky? Welcome back. What's up, amateur? I'm an amateur streamer, you can tell. Alright.
This stream about to end more times than Tobirama Blitz Jubito.
Facts. That's just not a lie.
He does like that feat against Renee.
Alright. Surfbone, I'm gonna stream to you. We're gonna get right back into the video, I think.
Okay. All right. You gonna show this on your stream too?
Yep. There we go. All right, boys, we're back. Let's get into it.
The fight if you just put Tobirama in the same spot. If you actually do think that Tobirama is faster than Minato, then I guess he would be able to beat Obito and then beat the Ninetales by regenerating over and over and using like tandem paper bomb. Now what I'll say about tandem paper bomb is that, so the big thing that people use to hype this jutsu up, it's the, like, you know, where he attaches exploding tags to himself and then like they summon more and more and more and more, right?
Ricky, people, just subscribed. Appreciate it, Ricky.
Like, the big reason this jutsu is so crazy is that it cracked one of Hashirama's deity gates, and I believe that one of the Ten Tails Biju bombs wasn't even able to have
we heard this.
Bomb. The thing is, I don't think, and I'm pretty sure TG doesn't think, that Tobirama is faster than Minato, so I don't think it matters. I think he just gets sucked into Kamui, right?
Yeah, so. It's one of those things, like, you know, even if you said, like, he was, like, for whatever reason you did go that interpretation route, it just, like, the arsenal isn't there, and even, like, tandem paper bombs, like you said, like, even you argue, like, it's damn
yeah, I'm here.
It's just a fair interpretation. I think that's fine.
I think we're
like,
past this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about Hiruzen.
Yeah, we're talking about Hiruzen.
Like, what is old man like Hiruzen doing here? Like,
he's not that old here, man. He's only like 50 something.
Nothing at all. Like, it just, the stat difference is too, you know. Listen, realistically, if you want to take it there, old man Hiruzen saw Minato's coffee.
Yeah, pause. The stream's still like lagging every few seconds. Like, we're back to that whole shit again.
Let me see if it's something I can fix real fast. Oh, you love to see it, son. What's that, hold on.
Who is the yapper in this video? It's Thunder God. He's like another Naruto YouTuber. Well, he does a lot of other content as well, but yeah, that's mainly it. It's a guy called Thunder God.
I wonder if I make the stream background, if I just make it go away and just put the video up, if it'll do better. Just for that.
Yeah.
Just hide that. Does it look better now? No, let's...
I'm still waiting to look.
Can't let this happen, bro.
Yeah, he was like, no way, instant defeat if Minato steps out of that coffin. Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And like, this was about
right now,
10 years ago, about 12 years ago, and you know, Hiruzen says,
it's
oh,
still
if I was
a little
10 years
choppy.
ago,
it's good enough.
I would be able to, it's either him or Orochimaru says that, like, if Hiruzen was 10 years younger, he'd be able to rip out Orochimaru's soul. So, like, 10 years younger, Hiruzen would probably be around that, around or above that.
Hold on real quick, let me capture. Lock. Make that jump bigger for everybody. There we go. Skipped over just a tiny bit.
Orochimaru level from the Chunin exams.
There we go.
Like, we're talking about the full entire Ninetales here, man.
Yeah.
Plus Obito with Kamui, and like Hiruzen just doesn't have the speed to put him on the level of somebody like Obito, right?
Obito is slower than Minato. Okay. The Raikage is slower than Minato. They're kind of on the same level because they both have statements that imply they're, you know, or show that they're somewhat relative to Minato at different points. Like the Raikage has the data book statements where he's on par with Casey and Naruto, and he's on par with, it says his speed is not inferior to the Yellow Flash. Things like that, right? Anyway, though, so Minato is faster than both 14-year-old Obito and the fourth Raikage. The fourth Raikage, who is amplified by Inoki is still able to react to. And Hiruzen is still the greatest of the 5 Kage despite that. So I do think Hiruzen should be at least on the level of Obito in speed here, just through that little scaling chain. And yeah, I think he's strong enough to one-tap with his staff, considering it's stated to be the strongest summon in the data book. Nate, if you could grab that scan, that'd be appreciated. I have it somewhere. But yeah, so I don't think that he'll be able to tank any of that. I think the fact that Hiruzen's smarter than him and has all 5 chakra natures is just really going to dominate. Like, he was able to, like, stalemate the Buddha statues, all 5 of its natures, because he just spit all 5 natures back at it. So, yeah, he's OP.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Go react to Daigo, LMAO. We will after this, bro. We'll do the next stream of Daigo Night for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We'll do it tomorrow.
Appreciate the 100, Sam. Appreciate it. Yeah, we'll do you know what? Yeah, we'll finish it. We'll
he's gonna
finish
see
it.
the Nine Tails while he's standing on top of the Hokage monument. I don't know what
How
he's
is
gonna
it still 50 minutes long?
Yeah, like,
Man.
we've just been pausing so many times.
I know. Man.
By the way, there's something that's going on with the stream that for some reason, like,
Every
and
once in a
I'm
while it lags.
sure well, not just that it lags, but it seemingly almost seems like the stream ends, and then I have to constantly go back to, like, your channel to click on the link again. Which I don't know if that's, like, YouTube side or not, but man.
Hell yeah. Oh, good old Daigo Night.
do about that first Biju bomb. Assuming he does
Man,
something to
appreciate the $100, Sam, by the way. Appreciate
blow
it.
it
You better include me on that stream or you're going to die. No, you can't come to the stream still, Sam. Appreciate the 100, though.
away.
But-
Obito's
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
teleport
react to
behind
Daigo
him.
Night. You can
He's
pick the
gonna try to
video,
attack
though.
Obito like Minato did. Obito's gonna catch his hand and suck him in the cum.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where the battle ends.
There's not too like the most you could say is like maybe he like if because Enma, I'll say this too, not a lot of people bring this up because a lot of people bring up like him pushing the Nine Tails out of the village. That's also a more prime Enma as well. Like not too many people bring that up, and it's like if you did argue Enma,
Yeah, I'm sure the fucking ancient sage monkey being 10 years older is really gonna affect him. He literally was tanking the Kusanagi blade from Orochimaru, even when he fought later. So, no.
like stayed the same strength. Maybe like he pushes the QB's mouth up when he's like charging it, but like come on, man, like think about that, like how much I'm reaching just to give the case to Hiruzen. Like it's like even if I said that like Obito's surprise jump, like people don't understand, you cannot stop that. Like it's so strong, like in that you really have to have a lot, like you really need like space-time ninjutsu to really counter that. So now Hiruzen doesn't have anything to really deal with that.
Yeah.
I like how in
another
that
thing
in the
is that,
same
like,
instance,
even if Hiruzen
there's like
somehow
the
is
subtitle
so
that shows like I need to report to Lord
like,
Third.
Engage in that open field, or pretty much anywhere, the same way that Minato
Yeah.
and Obito fought.
Shows Minato still respects him.
I don't think Hiruzen's prepared for like running
Respects
at
his power.
Obito phasing through him and him getting caught by the chains. Because if Minato couldn't teleport there, that was it.
Yeah.
Like he had to immediately warp away, and Hiruzen can't do that. So you know,
Hiruzen knows every jutsu in the Leaf Village, bro. He would use Flying Thunder God.
I would need to like relook this up, but yeah, like
Look at the data book statement, Surfbone. It says he can use every leaf jutsu.
every leaf jutsu.
Oh, is Flying Thunder God a leaf jutsu?
and who taught him Noodles?
Who taught
Who taught him?
Tobirama did.
The inventor of the Flying Thunder God. Oh my god.
I never considered Hiruzen to be as fast as the Raikage, just stronger. His speed doesn't have the statements and feats, but Edo Hiruzen's scale against Shubito is something to consider, though. So yeah, I mean, you gotta think about it, right? If Hiruzen is capable of fighting Orochimaru, even as an old man, 10 years ago, he's gonna be a lot faster than Sannin level, and also he's gonna be fast enough to react to people like the Raikage because he has to be greater than them. So if he's the greatest of the 5 Kage and the Raikage just blitzes Hiruzen, I don't know. That doesn't really seem like what the greatest Kage could do. It seems like he would have to be able to hit the Raikage with something in order to beat him. The same thing with Inoki. Like, Hiruzen can't withstand particle style. So he has to be fast enough to be able to react to particle style and dodge it in order to be the greatest Kage. So, yeah, I think... Or else he would die, right? Like, there's no way he would be able to counter a Keke Todo, which is stated by Hiruzen to be more powerful than even Keke Genkai. So, yeah, he's got a jutsu that's stronger than every Kekkei Genkai coming at him. That completely erases him on an atomic or on a near atomic level is what it says.
Yeah, look at this
bypass
statement by
durability and
Orochimaru right
everything.
here, Noodles.
What's
Look at
funny-
that statement.
What's funny is
What does that say?
Oh, Nate grabbed the statement where Hiruzen talks about particle style. Yeah, this is what Orochimaru says. Ha ha ha, you were called the professor for knowing and being able to use all the jutsu that exists within the leaf. And he's saying this right next to Tobirama, a user of Flying Thunder God. And it's a leaf jutsu. It says know and use. So he can use Flying Thunder God. Debunk me if you can. I'm like, he can use it too. So he'll just use Flying Thunder God and blitz Minato in the same way that Tobirama does. With the Flying Raijin Slash, which is also a leaf jutsu.
It's really just surprising to me. They just think that Hiruzen has no chance. Like, literally no chance.
It says he can use it, bro. Like, what are you gonna say? It even says it in the data book, too. So it's definitely confirmed. He can even use, like, Inuzuka clan smell and shit. Like, racial jutsu. Like, you know what I mean? Like, family, like bloodline jutsu.
Nate said he sent it.
Alright. Look at this. So this is Hiruzen looking at the truth-seeking orbs. As he's throwing and tracking Jubito flying, by the way, he's literally able to throw and track them. And he says, it's similar to Inoki's particle style, but its shape, it can shift to be either offensive or defensive and can continuously be maintained. Grab the next scan as well, Nate. Grab the one that exists right after that, if you can.
And supposedly, Hiruzen would just have no chance against 14-year-old Obito. No chance. But he's able to, like, figure out how it's working right here. Like, what?
You think Swag would get bodied by the no ever jutsu in the Leaf Village statement?
Oh my god.
Well, we knew it wasn't going to be easy. After all, we did take on the Hokage, fully knowing his reputation as the strongest leader of the 5 principal territories. There you go. He beats up Inoki. He was even stronger than compared to the other Hokage. Yeah.
Which includes Minato.
Damn.
You know what's funny, Noodles?
What?
So go back to that Hiruzen scan. Not
Which
that one, like the one you were talking about, the professor one.
This one?
That one. Yeah. It's kind of crazy that in the previous chapter it was talking about how like the fourth was like such a great shinobi and he was the one that he was able to put away the Nine Tails.
Yeah, but look at this. The genius who was nicknamed the Professor, and it said that he possessed superlative strength even compared to the other Hokage. So that means he's stronger than Minato. And in his prime, he was stronger than Minato.
And then he's like, Aruka, why are you using the past tense?
Yeah, he was making fun of him right there.
He's talking shit. Like,
yeah, he is making fun of him right
yeah,
there.
I'm still that strong, motherfucker.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
This does mean that, and also the only people that were ever called a god of shinobi was Hashirama and Hiruzen. They were both called gods of shinobi. Right here, this is where Sarutobi Hiruzen showing his talent that surpassed the second from childhood. So this is saying that he was more talented than Tobirama even in childhood. He mastered all 5 nature transformations to secret techniques and genjutsu. He took the name of Professor because he explained all the jutsu that exist in Konoha, but Hiruzen's true nature is not only his talent at ninjutsu, he's able to watch over all the people who live in the village with kindness. Yeah. Anyway. He's pretty nasty, man. He's a lot more hacks than Obito is. He's smarter than Obito is. He's more experienced than Obito is. He's stronger than Orochimaru, which is still a pretty good feat. Prime Orochimaru, stronger than him. Stronger than him alongside the other 2, Hashirama and Tobirama Edo Tenseis as well. He would just knock the Nine Tails out of the village. Flying Thunder God slice Obito. And yeah, fuck him up. Let's see what chat thinks about this. It's crazy how the first and second data book where you can find one jutsu specializes in for Hiruzen, it just says he uses all techniques, implying that he specializes in all techniques. I mean, he does. And then Kabuto fight, it was going over his backstop. It was backstory. It was shown to be a spy all his life and infiltrated all the major nations, became a shinobi, and then that's why his opinion is accurate of Hiruzen too, because he's saying that he's stronger than the other 5. Tobirama should be called the White Flash because he was white lightning, sucks water out of the atmosphere like Tobirama does with water style. Facts. Apparently he wasn't watching over Naruto with kindness. Yeah, he wasn't.
That's the one thing Hiruzen sucks at, is taking care of Naruto.
Yeah. Prime Hiruzen bodies, by the way, so I don't know if they're even considering Prime Hiruzen, but they should.
I just see way too many ways for Obito to win this.
Yeah.
Even if somehow Obito...
It's so funny they say that.
No, actually, I was going to say... No, I'm not even going to give Hiruzen that. There's no way Hiruzen is hitting Obito here.
I'll put it like this.
There's no way he's hitting him.
What do you mean? No way.
Dude, what if he just keeps spamming like giant like area of effect jutsus like fire style, like all the 5, like when he matched that Buddha statue, that what's that character's name? Guru's Buddha statue. Like it shot out every single nature transformation, and then Hiruzen just summoned 5 clones and stalemated all of them with a similarly and equally powerful nature jutsu. So what if he just starts spamming those and like running around like Kakashi?
I'll put it like this. Naruto linking with Kurama is what Minato had always envisioned for him to fight the Obito that Minato had fought. So you kind of have to look at like, okay, Naruto like needs to like link up with Kurama, approach these like KCM2 or like Kurama link mode, however you want to say that. Is Hiruzen on that level? No, there's nowhere near that. So it's like that's kind of where like Naruto.
KCM2 is definitely not the limiter of who can beat Obito. KCM2 Naruto is extremely strong.
14-year-old Obito.
Yeah,
14-year-old Obito.
Yeah.
Like, are we serious?
KCM2 Naruto would blitz in one shot. KCM1 Naruto is as fast as Minato, man. That's all you gotta say.
And that was to fight Obito without the 9 tails, by the way.
Or none of it. None of that. So it's like it's ridiculous. So yeah, Hiruzen's just not on that level.
So next Hokage would be Minato, but happened. So after that we have Tsunade. Do you want to go ahead and start us out with Tsunade?
So this might be a hot take. I don't think she's punching a Bijou bomb. I don't know like who needed to hear that. So the thing with Tsunade is like I actually think
I don't think Tsunade will be able to deal with the 9 tails. I'll just go ahead and say
I don't. Yeah, that's a that's a big old yikes. That's gonna be like, yes, Tsunade's not dealing with that at all.
No,
I don't even know
really
if she beat
Obito either, to be honest. She's
yeah,
not fast enough.
that's one thing we're gonna say. Yeah, definitively, he's not doing that.
No, definitely not.
She might take a different approach in this matchup, especially if you include like Hiruzen in the situation, you're letting him deal with the matchup. She might take a more medical approach and actually begin to start healing villagers like she did in the Pain attack, while letting like other Jonin and Ko fight instead of straight up fighting Pain herself. In which case she loses because Obito just comes up behind her and just grabs her. In which case, like again, she does nothing. If she knows Obito's there, she does nothing because he's faster. She's not able to attack him. Some people might say she's like Raikage level speed. I don't agree with that. Madara notes she's blatantly slower.
You should take a drinking stream where you have to take a shot every time you debunk someone.
I think it's a little harder to determine exactly what he's letting slide and what he isn't. It also doesn't help that
he's holding back, so you just can't say the skill done. That's all there is to it.
Upper limits of her strength, and this is in the works. Maybe you could argue this wouldn't even apply here. Is breaking
Katsuki's acid melts 9 tails,
which is not as strong as the full 9 tails. 9 tails is more comparable to the perfect Susanoo. So it just wouldn't. It doesn't translate. It doesn't translate at all. She doesn't really have a chance against the 9 tails, Obito, and how she reacts in the situation isn't even offensive.
If Amaterasu's not working on the 9 tails, then
no, I feel you. I'm like the biggest
acid's not working.
Fan ever. I really want to give her something here, but I don't see any way for her to beat the full 9 tails or Obito in one-on-ones, and like she has to fight them both together.
She's slower than the Raikage, and Obito should be able to react to the Raikage.
Is crazy. She'll probably be able to eat some damage, but it doesn't matter because Obito can just suck her into Kamui. Right, like Obito.
The Tobirama section was horrendous. The Hiruzen section was horrendous.
Completely
The
irrelevant.
Tsunade section is accurate.
Like,
the Hashirama section was somewhat accurate.
Attack stat through Kamui, where he can just pull you into his dimension and you can't get out. And he has this infinite defense stat, also with Kamui, because you can't hit him. So you just have to outspeed him, and she doesn't. Then the 9 tails is a complete fucking monster. like, it's just
What do
not
you do?
fair for her. You know, like,
What do you
I
do?
feel bad. It's such a setup for Tsunade, but you know.
I could add, like, if Obito were a different fighter, there'd be more substance, because Tsunade does have some really nice, like, there's a scene where she tanks, like, Madara's your second, like, Katana beat, all this crazy stuff, but, like, because his like, win condition isn't predicated on any AP or defense or anything like that, like Swag said, it's not in the cards for her.
Yeah. So, next up, we have Kakashi, and we'll talk about two different versions of Kakashi here. First, the actual, like, Hokage version of Kakashi.
Could still
who doesn't
body.
have any Sharingan, and War Art Kakashi. who has
Absolutely body.
He knows how to counter Kamui at that point.
a lot
He literally did it with Naruto
of
twice.
people
Yeah.
don't seem to know this. I could be wrong, but a lot of people don't seem to know that Hokage Kakashi is actually stronger than War Kakashi. And this isn't like headcanon or whatever. It's said in his...
Are we halfway through the video and we've gone through most of the Hokage already?
I don't understand either.
What else do they talk about?
Los lanes, you're completely wrong. Amaterasu counters with the external cloak. Gyuki was messed up by it and got out because of store of the moment strategy. If not, he was fucked. So what actually happened there? The Eight Tails proved that full-on Biju can resist the Amaterasu with partial transformations. He just replaced part of his tail with the Amaterasu, which is exactly what the Nine Tails could do. The Nine Tails literally shrugs off the Amaterasu by just putting some of its chakra on it. So why wouldn't the Nine Tails be smart enough to do that? We see the Ten Tails be able to do this exact same thing too. So multiple Biju have shown the capability to do it. So I don't understand why the Nine Tails wouldn't be able to either. But yeah.
Like, while, you know, you see his escapades as Hokage and stuff, that he is, in fact...
I would have to take a shot right there for debunking somebody, Ricky.
But that doesn't really matter because it's like... like, Kamui is his only way to interact with Obito at all. He doesn't have that, like... Unless you are really charitable to him based off of his fight with Obito, he doesn't have the speed and, like, the reactions to, like, hit Obito, like, during the split second that he materializes.
This is so funny considering Boruto.
What?
It's so funny.
What? Why are we just saying that 14-year-old Obito is this busted, bro? Because of Kamui?
He's beaten
What?
stronger and faster than War Art Kakashi. War Art Kakashi reacts to KCM2 Minato. Swag. Don't know if you knew that. And guess what?
Runs alongside him.
Yeah, moves alongside him. Guess what? Hokage Kakashi is physically superior to War Art Kakashi. It's directly stated. So, yeah, he would be fast enough to fucking blitz 14-year-old Obito, considering base Minato is above and goes. 14-year-old Obito slower than base Minato, slower than KCM2 Minato, slower or equal to War Art Kakashi, slower than Hokage Kakashi. See how far up the scaling chain we just went there? It's called a blitz in one shot.
This is a, like, less experienced Obito with less abilities that's, like, that he's already fought against. And if we're taking Hokage Kakashi, then he's already has knowledge about how Kamui works. So he would easily just use that information to absolutely decimate 14-year-old Obito. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Like, what? Like, this is, like, utterly unfair. You literally have the guy that fought him several times and knows how Kamui works almost better than any of the other shinobi in this fucking, like, video. Like, the motherfucker had both of them. He had both Mangekyo abilities from Obito at one point.
This is what it says. Kakashi's combat power has significantly increased compared to when he was fighting Obito and Madara. It's no surprise since many years have passed since then. Hold on, let's see what the full statement says. Kakashi's combat power significantly increased compared to when he was fighting Obito and Madara. It's no surprise since many years have passed then, and he's been diligently working. Although he lost the Sharingan and can no longer use Chidori, he learned several new techniques to replace them, and now his amount of chakra is enough to keep up this wall, and it also remains strong enough to withstand cannonballs. He wiped his sweat away from his temple and took a shallow breath as it was still challenging to maintain it. Yeah. So, yeah, he should be faster than Hiruzen. He should be faster than he should be like on the level of like Tobirama in speed at that point, just because he's physically superior to his War Arc self, who is faster than as fast as KCM2 Minato. So that just makes him on the same level as Tobirama. Well, Tobirama reacts to Obito, but
I just don't know if Hokage Kakashi would be able to touch 14-year-old Obito before he materializes.
Dude, he'd just blitz him and purple lightning him in the face. Purple lightning literally one shots. And he knows how to counter Kamui. He's seen it. He's really smart. He's one of those people that like Obito realized that the Rinnegan abilities weren't going to work on Kakashi because he's already seen them before. So the same thing will happen here. Yeah. Kakashi still didn't lose any intelligence. So, yeah, I think Kakashi still wins that fight as well. Swag has only gotten 2 things right. He said that Hashirama bodies, and he said that Tsunade loses. That's the only thing he's gotten right in this video so far. Everything else has been actually dog ass. So we'll continue, though.
That's the problem here. Because it's like
I would just have to take another shot right there.
Faster than Obito to do it, because like as soon as he even gets like a whiff of an incoming attack, bam, intangible again.
Does it help that Kamui is also like unconscious and can be passive at times, which also like is a defensive mechanism for Obito, because it pretty much mitigates like the ability for anybody or most people to just straight up speed blitz him. Like an example being how Ten Tails Madara has him right there and he still phases through him. So like
that's Obito with the Ten Tails husk inside of him though, so he still has Sage's 6-path chakra and he still got him.
And he has the fucking Rinnegan.
Yeah, he still has.
He has the Rinnegan, bro.
Yeah, so he still has Sage's 6-path
like
chakra.
14-year-old Obito does not have the fucking Rinnegan.
He doesn't scale to this Obito even remotely.
And what are we talking about?
And also,
here?
He could have just had that pre-activated too. He still could have had that pre-activated.
Yeah. This just makes it so he can perform a lot of crazy strategies. Just to add on to that, because I know some people might grasp on the fact that like, oh, Kakashi like stronger in the war arc, maybe he scales like Minato or something like that. But again, like Obito does have ways to mitigate that. That's the point I'm making. So you can continue.
I mean, yeah. So basically, the only thing that
so does Kakashi
has in his arsenal at any point in the series that would allow him to fight Obito here is Kamui in the war. I mean, I guess we could talk about DMS Dual Mangekyo Kakashi, like when Obito.
Why are we talking about him? And we didn't talk about Prime Hiruzen.
That Kakashi was like speed blitzing Kaguya and stuff.
Victimizes Obito, bro. They're gonna Kamui through each other all day. He just gets victimized, bro. It's crazy. But
yeah, exactly. The Nine Tails and Obito are done.
Well, that's what happens with
Kakashi's more
Hokage Kakashi too.
If he's able to figure out how Kamui works, he could actually start hurting Obito by like nullifying Obito's close range Kamui.
He already knows.
He could also just teleport. If we're calling
Hokage Kakashi is literally post-war arc. What do you mean? Oh, if he figures out how Kamui works, he literally did. He was there when everyone figured it out.
He was the one to figure it out.
Like holy shit, bro!
He was literally the one who figured it out and had to explain it to everyone.
Range Kamui. The main problem with this is that he wasn't really able to do anything without Naruto's backup. Like he had to
experiences for these characters.
Kamui. Then he had to teleport the Naruto.
Don't have it.
Kamui. He couldn't really capitalize on it by himself. And also, that was when they were just fighting Obito. The tailed beasts were all pulled back into the statue and everything. He didn't have a whole 9 tails to worry about. And by the way, even if he were fighting all of the tailed beasts, like even even if he were fighting all of the.
Now, would War Kakashi be able to deal with the 9 tails? Question is, would the Raikiri be able to deal with the 9 tails, really? The Purple Lightning's a replacement for it, so it replaced it, so it should be as strong. There's just some other things that suggest it's as strong, too. But, I don't know, to be honest. He's stronger than when he fought Obito, so he could pierce Obito. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's hard, like, because we're talking about, like, a full 9 tails here. Yeah. And the problem is just, like, Kakashi doesn't have the really big AoE attacks to truly destroy him or to put him down. Like, he definitely has, like, enough power to, like, pierce him and whatnot, but, like, to actually kill him or seal him away, he doesn't have a lot to do there.
Yeah, I'm not for sure about that. I think he would struggle with the 9 tails. So, yeah, maybe he fails to stop the 9 tails, but he would definitely be able to kill Obito.
Tail beasts at the same time. That wouldn't really help him. Like, you wouldn't have more of an argument for him because, like, the 9 tails is just stronger than all of them combined, and that was half of it. So, I don't really know what Kakashi's supposed to do about the 9 tails. He could teleport the 8 tails into Kamui, so maybe he could, like, teleport it all the way into Kamui, but I just feel
like... Is it Purple Lightning stronger than regular Raikiri? I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
And, like, has, because the thing is, he teleported a willing 8 tails into Kamui. Not, like...
If it's DMS Kakashi, it's, like, no question, but, like...
If it's
DMS, it's no question.
Hokage's weird.
I just don't see this happening for him either.
He could just even Warwick would be able to Kamui away the 9 tails and be able to deal with Obito, so Warwick Kakashi actually solves the situation.
The same way Madara reversed
he resolves it.
Statue or just summoned it while Kakashi was actually comboing it. So it's like, even if he sees like Kakashi trying this technique, he might just be able to pull the Nine Tails away and like make sure this doesn't happen as well. So even if, like we said, he comboes the Nine Tails BFR, it's not guaranteed, because
he would be able to blitz and kill Obito, and then he would be able to combo away the Nine Tails if it's for Kakashi.
Just a side point for any
Thunder God L.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Obito would suspect that Kakashi might have Kamui anyway, because he knows that that's his Sharingan. So, I mean, like, everything's just lining up against Kakashi for this fight.
So hold on,
I
pause.
think Purple Lightning has an infinite speed statement. Send me that, bro. Please send me that, Ricky.
Also, man, this is just like, so Swag is willing to give Obito the previous knowledge that he gave Kakashi is like Sharingan, and he gave him Kamui basically, but he's unwilling to give not War Kakashi, but like Hokage Kakashi the previous experiences of actually solving Kamui and knowing how it works. Like, what?
Looking to see what this is stated. I don't know. I can't find any statements about it.
Do you hear me, Noodles?
Say again. Hold on. Sorry. Go ahead.
I just thought it was funny that he's willing to give Obito the previous knowledge that he gave Kakashi his Sharingan, that he more likely has Kamui because of that. But wasn't willing to give Hokage Kakashi the fact that he had already knows how Kamui works.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing.
To fight,
right?
He's gonna
know
like,
to just time him when he materializes. It's not really that hard of an ability to figure out when Tobirama is figuring it out, bro. So
I know. Well, I'm saying that Hokage Kakashi should have already known this.
Yeah,
because
he
literally fought Obito. I know. That's why I'm saying, like, it just seems like, I don't know if like Swag's just being purposely biased here, or if he's just being dumb for no reason.
Yeah.
We can probably look for this Purple Lightning statement afterwards, because I don't know if we'll be able to find it during the stream and finish the video.
No, we're almost done. We got
like
20 minutes. We can do it.
Kakashi's favorite, but yeah, I don't see him taking this. So next up, we have Naruto.
I think
you can go.
Hokage Kakashi struggles with the Nine Tails, but that's it.
Why is Naruto being talked about?
Do 7th Hokage Naruto.
Hokage Naruto?
Wait, well, we didn't agree to this before the recording, guys. No, next, we actually have KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto. We think this is like the Naruto that you really kind of have to use in this situation, because
KCM 1 is relative to Minato in speed, bro. KCM 2 just blitzes and bodies Obito. And he also knows how to counter Kamui. Because he's the one that helped Kakashi counter Kamui.
You have to be.
Naruto's very similar.
You have to be
Hashirama,
KCM2
where, like,
level.
It's just a stomp.
What if
right?
he just starts BG bombing everything, bro?
Yeah.
Hokage.
Like, he's fighting KCM 2. Naruto just starts reacting to like Jubito later and shit.
Hey, Naruto,
Like perfect Jubito.
Just so unfair.
I guess if I'm being general, I think what they're meant to say was that in order to face this whole situation head on, you need KCM2 basically to combat the full Nine Tails, because it's another stomp in regards to 1400 Obito. The main problem is Kurama.
Yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
Kaguya, he fought Madara with the 10 tails. He fought Rinnegan Sasuke. He fought Momoshiki in base, by the way. So, I don't know how
People think that Momoshiki is above Sasuke.
14-year-old Obito is supposed to fight him, right?
Not at all. Not at all. He's a completely different tier above Obito.
Kinshiki's above Sasuke,
That shouldn't
man.
be too questionable, so don't bring that in here. KCM2 Sage was a bit more interesting because he's similar to Hashirama in a lot of ways. So, for example, right, like let's say you start
He's similar to Hashirama in a lot of ways, and they said Hashirama bodies
off,
crazy.
like, having Naruto like sit on Minato's like on top of the Hokage monument. There's a couple things he could actually just summon his own Kurama avatar and wrestle with the Nine Tails a little bit to kind of subdue it before he
He's literally stronger than that Nine Tails.
beast bombs. He's certainly fast enough. He's definitely faster than the Nine Tails at this point. So he should be able to like dart across the battlefield, kind of like how he darts across and catches Madara and Obito when they're about to attack as respective senseis or something to that degree. So he definitely has a lot of capability here. The big thing is like Obito, right? Because the Nine Tails we're not too worried about with Naruto. He should be fine against that. Should be able to 1v1 that.
What do you mean Obito's the bigger concern?
Now, because this Naruto can summon clones.
The Nine Tails is so much stronger than Obito,
Oh,
man.
Nine Tails. The Ninetales is not the problem here. It's Obito, and it's just like, no, he's not.
The only thing you can maybe
He
argue
literally isn't.
The only thing you can maybe argue is Genjutsu, right? Like Obito could maybe Genjutsu KCM2 Naruto since he's able to Genjutsu Yagura, who was a perfect Jinchuriki. But I still don't even really think that would work because I think he gets blitzed in one shot. So it doesn't matter. Like he won't even have the reaction speed to react to KCM2 Naruto. So he gets blitzed one shot with a Rasengan or whatever. And then the Ninetales is just going to fight the Ninetales after that. And yeah, I think Naruto as a perfect Jinchuriki is stated to be stronger than just the base Biju anyway. That's directly stated. Now this is the full Ninetales. But the Ninetales also get stronger over time, too. So, yeah, I think Naruto would be able to handle that situation. He could equal out the full Ninetales in power, and he could also just beat Obito. So, no.
In KCM2, or Kurama Link mode, I get some clones in regular KCM, or you can have a clone in Sage mode sitting inside the Kurama avatar, which would aid him in the sense that he's able to like kind of have an extra layer of sensory, or he could just put himself in Sage mode and just have that same sensory buff. In which case, it's extremely difficult for Obito to get the drop on Naruto. We actually even see like in the war when Naruto's developed a bit more, Obito verbatim tries to grab him and Naruto's like kind of acclimating to the point he can move away. So it's like
this is Rinnegan Obito, bro. Where, like, he's fighting Rinnegan Obito.
Before Obito grabs him, or
he's relative to Rinnegan Obito.
Or he just has sensory capabilities that allow him to come back.
Adult Rinnegan Obito,
yeah,
not 14-year-old
Obito.
Obito.
Argue that like War Arc KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto is stronger than Hashirama. Alive Hashirama is questionable, but
I don't know about that.
Hashirama he definitely seems to be because he's like fighting against Ten Tails Obito, and before
Hashirama alive would be stronger than his Edo state, which was still able to contend with the Ten Tails.
Obito stabilized and started
So
controlling.
a live Hashirama should be stronger than that. They should be relative, probably.
The six paths power. Hashirama looked at him and was like, "Yeah, that guy's stronger than me." And then again he like stabilized.
And Naruto never damaged Obito either. But yeah.
He got stronger as he adapted more and more to using the power. And then by the end, he's like holding the sword of Nunaboko in his hand at like absolute max power. And Naruto's still able to react to his attacks, dodge him. Like they clash because Naruto's able to like see one of his attacks and react with one of his own. He's being helped by Sasuke, but Naruto is definitely the one pulling the most weight there.
Oh my god, they're both relative. They're both relative at that point. They're both double. It's basically doubling their power. Sasuke's actually implied to be stronger than Naruto before this, and Minato actually has to correct him, and he says, well, I guess my child is as talented as Sasuke. As talented. So that means they're equal in talent, they're equal in power, they're equal in speed. They both start reacting to Jubito at the same time. They're both combo attacking. Sasuke also has Sage Mode because he had Jugo enhance his Susanoo with Sage Mode. So, yeah, they're like equal in every way. Bro, it's so horrible just saying Naruto is stronger than Sasuke at that point. They're equal.
But, by the way, so he's willing to say that Naruto in KCM2 is relative to Jubito, but not Tobirama? That's kind of crazy.
It's just weird, bro.
That's crazy.
It's so weird that he acknowledges Jubito's
so
scaling when it's not Tobirama.
Yeah, when it's not Tobirama, no, he doesn't scale at all.
Man.
By Jugo, and Naruto's sharing his chakra with all of his other teammates like Lee and Ino and stuff. So Naruto is no slouch. I don't think he was stronger than...
Hey, did you know Naruto is pulling more weight right here, by the way, Surfbone? Since Swag said that a second ago. He said Naruto is pulling more weight
Naruto was pulling more weight.
Yeah, was he?
Oh my god.
Was he? I don't know. Doesn't really look like it to me. I feel like Sasuke is kind of helping here, just a little bit.
Jubito, but he was like fighting him. He wasn't off the radar, like multiple tiers below or anything like that. So I think that, yeah, he should be fast enough and have enough foresight, thanks to Sage Mode, that maybe he can make clones, or if Obito tries to grab him and pull him into Kamui, he can use the cloak to attack Obito and create, like, extra arms, or make, like, a mini Rasen Shuriken or something like that, right? Yeah. It's just really difficult for Obito to immediately dismiss this version of Naruto. So I actually think he has a fairly good shot at doing this, but...
He blitzes in one-shots, motherfucker.
We're talking about, like, War Arc KCM2 Sage Mode Naruto right now, because Hokage Naruto is just, like, a foregone conclusion that obviously he wins. You throw him up against anyone from Shippuden, maybe except Kaguya, but probably even including Kaguya, and he just wins. Usually he just wipes the floor with them.
Puts his feet up and lets a clone solos, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
So, yeah, it's looking so far like the only people who can confidently, or who we can say confidently take the W here are Hashirama and Naruto. What a surprise.
You're so dumb. You're, you're really big dumb. You don't know how to scale, bro.
Man, what are we doing, bro?
Tobirama blitzes 14-year-old Obito because he blitzed Ten Tails Obito, adult Sage Six Pads Obito, Dreamlike Power Obito, that Obito. Tobirama blitzed him, tagged him clearly while he was blitzing. But we're just not going to talk about that, Surfbone. You know why? We're just not going to talk about it.
Yeah.
Hiruzen literally shits on 14-year-old Obito and then throws the Nine Tails outside of the village and Reaper Deaths him.
To strongest Hokage by far. Now, we have a couple bonus rounds in mind because we didn't want to just talk about the Hokage. We also wanted to throw in some Hokage candidates here. So, the first one is Danzo. And
he was
Danzo wasn't just a candidate. He actually was temporarily the Hokage. Like, he didn't get written down in the history books as one of the Hokage. He doesn't have his face in the Hokage Stone Monument. But there was a point in time where people were...
Danzo, Koto's Obito. Oh, fuck. What happens if Danzo Koto's the Nine Tails? And then just has the Nine Tails murder Obito?
Yeah.
Do you remember what it was stated with Danzo? Hold on. Danzo was preparing to control the Nine Tails. Let's look this up. Hold on, I'm looking for it. It's the Obito statement. Nate, find me the statement where Obito states that, or it might be Swagkage, states that Danzo was preparing to control the Nine Tails due to having Hashirama cells and Shisui Sharingan. And he would probably overpower Obito's Genjutsu on the Nine Tails too. The thing is, yeah, honestly, I think the best move, if Danzo plays it right, is just to overpower with Kodo Matsukami, control the Nine Tails, and make the Nine Tails kill Obito. That's what he would have to do.
Yeah, that's if we put a controller in his ass, but
yeah.
The problem...
I mean, they did say that he was preparing to control the Nine Tails.
Here's the thing, though. Obito was fucking shit scared of that ceiling jutsu that Danzo was trying to do when he was, like, trying to kill himself. So imagine if he just ends up doing that with 14-year-old Obito, like, it's kind of just GG's at that point after he, like, deals with, like, the Nine Tails somehow.
Yeah.
So he does have a way to at least tie with, like, 14-year-old Obito if he decided to go down that route.
Yeah, I mean, he could also Kodo Obito, but I think that's the less optimal path. So
yeah.
Danzo can maybe force a draw with that black gunk he shot out of his... I'm not saying that. Noodles, shit the general in your server. Alright, let's look. Alright, look at what this says, Surfbone. It says, Uchiha powers and Hashirama's power. Looks like he's planning to control the Nine Tails.
So he can. So he's basically saying that Hashirama can.
Well, he's saying that because he has Hashirama cells in this arm, and he has multiple Sharingan, and he has Kodo Matsukami. It's saying that he's preparing to control the Nine Tails, and he has the capability to. So
this is Obito just literally confirming it to the audience that Danzo should be able to take care of the Nine Tails if he so dare decides to, and then he just has to deal with 14-year-old Obito.
Get ready, they're about to call Kodo weak.
Calling Danzo Hokage, and people thought he was going to be one of the Hokage, and then he got killed by Sasuke, so we'll say that he sort of counts for this.
Yeah.
And, like, even if Obito, like, blitzes and kills, like, Danzo a couple times, like, he can just keep using Izanagi over and over to make it not happen.
Yeah.
And then eventually, like, he's just going to get control of the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails is going to just start attacking Obito. Now, the village might get destroyed. Like, I don't really think, like, unless he, like, finds a way to draw Obito away from the village, like, the village might get destroyed, but Danzo's winning that fucking fight. He's winning,
Will he
bro.
be successful in... Would he be successful in defending the village?
Like,
Fuck no.
Think about it. Yeah, he wouldn't be able to defend the village, but he would win. He would win. Man. Miss Sasuke was faster than V2A with Susanoo and Kagetsuchi. I don't think so.
Not version 2.
Not version 2. Version 2 is
Not
still
version 2.
Karin.
And he wasn't faster either.
Yeah. He does not care about the village, bro. Well, yeah, he does, actually. That's his entire character, Nate, but it's okay. We won't talk about that, because I don't want to take another shot. He was going to let Pain destroy it so he could become the Hokage. But he was protecting everyone else underground, so his intent was to revive the village. So he still cared about the village. He just knew that Pain was so big of a threat that he would just have to protect people in a different way. So he was obsessed with becoming the Hokage, but he did care about the village.
He gets like bodied probably. Like we'll assume that it's like the version that was at the 5 Kage summit, right? So he has this whole Izanagi arm, and it's like, first of all, I don't even know how much that would help him against Kamui, because it's like, so let's say he activates Izanagi and Obito pulls him into the Kamui dimension. What happens? Does he like re-manifest outside?
Yes, because he can alter reality itself. He can just make what just happened not happen.
Because it's not like Kamui killed him. It just teleported him into another dimension safely. So like, does he come back out with Izanagi? And I mean, even then, like, what's he gonna do with 9 more attempts, you know? Yeah. And plus, it's like, how's he supposed to put down the Nine Tails? Like,
Flag. What do you mean?
What's up? What's the statement, Surfbone?
Man, this is just fucking nuts how not researched this video was.
Looks like he's planning to control the Nine Tails. And he has a stronger genjutsu than Obito.
the only thing you could argue is that he uses Kodo and Matsukami. But, so, first of all, Obito didn't seem afraid of it, like, at all when they were at the 5 Kage summit and Sasuke was fighting Danzo. Second, if Danzo even has Kodo Matsukami ready to go, is questionable.
He doesn't seem afraid of it. He's wearing a mask. How's he not? What do you mean?
Because it's like, is this a Danzo that's currently the Hokage? It's probably got to be one that traveled back in time, like, because like he has the Uchiha Sharingan arm.
Yeah.
So is it the one that fought Sasuke on the bridge? Is it the one from the start of the Kage summit? I don't know, right? But even if he has Kodo Matsukami and he can use it, I don't know how much it would work on Obito, because it seemed kind of ass when he used it on Mifune. I've had a theory for a while.
It seemed kind of ass. It's Shisui's fucking
What do you
Sharingan,
mean?
bro. It's stated to be the strongest genjutsu.
Kind of ass.
It's stated to be the strongest genjutsu.
The only thing it would do differently is it basically, since Danzo is not an Uchiha, it would basically do the same thing that Kakashi did. It did to do Kakashi, where he would just be super fucking drained after using it.
Not even. He's still fine. He only has to use it once, but he literally activates one ability.
I'm just saying.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm just saying. That's the only difference that would really happen from him having Shisui's eye, because he's not like the procurer of it, but like
he has 12 Sharingan.
That's again the only difference. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like literally. Plus, the thing is, he also has like Hashirama cells to compensate for that as well. So
facts.
Like that, the only drawback that could potentially come from using Shisui's eye is pretty much negated, and he can use it to the same effectiveness. Because it's not like there's ever been a statement where if you take somebody else's Mangekyo or their Sharingan, it's less effective than the actual user.
Yeah,
there's never been a statement like that. So
it's worth the note.
So we mean it's kind of ass.
It's worth the note that his physical attacks would kill Obito too, because Obito doesn't have good durability feats at that point. So, his futon air bullets like tore open the back of Sasuke, Susanoo, and stuff. So he would probably be able to kill Obito if he ever touched him. So. I don't think he's as fast as Obito or anything, but I do think he could potentially outlast him, especially if he has the Nine Tails help. Obito might not be able to deal with the Nine Tails trying to attack him.
While I've said this in videos before, that the eye that Danzo got and the eye that Shisui gave Itachi work fundamentally differently, because Itachi's eye, like the eye that Shisui gave Itachi, sorry, it seemed like it required eye contact, because the series kind of highlighted when Itachi and the Crow made eye contact, and Itachi.
That doesn't mean it requires eye contact. That just means he casted it on himself.
He also knew and explained to Naruto and B that he was under the effects of Kodo Matsukami, and it like didn't matter. Even though he was aware, he still had to follow the instructions. It didn't like revert him to back under Kabuto's control once he figured it out. But with Mifune,
But why does that mean that the
Danzo
left
didn't
eye
need
is different than
contact
the right
because
eye?
His eye was covered up. And as soon as somebody told Mifune what was going on, the effects of the Genjutsu ended. It also seemed like he needed to concentrate, right? Like he needed to send the chakra to his eye, which isn't something the crow needed to do because Itachi just lit that bitch up and killed it immediately. So it seemed like a thing that was just permanently active.
That's just a property difference. It doesn't mean the potency's different.
It was cast, whereas Danzo needed to maintain his. And then as soon as somebody noticed,
like what? Here's the thing, right? Like what's really going to happen, right? Is why if we're going to make that distinction, right? And Obito just needs to be told that he's under Kodo. You think the Nine Tails is going to be like, "Yo, bro,
He's gonna
you're
control
under Kodo. You're under Kodo, bro. What you doing?" It's like
we also know it has
who's gonna warn Obito about that? Who's gonna warn Obito?
Yeah, we also know he has the power to control the Nine Tails right here. So
Mifune was
literally
Genjutsu and
that fucking counter argument means fucking jack shit. Even if we consider it.
He's good enough to control the Nine Tails. He's good enough to deal with Obito.
The eyes might function differently. I'm almost
and
like
no one's
100% confident
kicking Obito out of that. So
based on all of this circumstantial evidence, so I don't even think it would really work on Obito, right? Like he would, I guess, try to get him to like back down, and then Obito would leave and then like come back, you know, like
it's really weird. And I'll say this, it's also like a bit questionable. I was gonna say like Izanagi, but we don't know if Obito's carrying it at that time. And it's a little bit, you know, you kind of have to like headcanon that, so I don't want to say that. It's just that like Obito really shows no fear against Kodo Matsukami, and it's like I actually like the theory you brought forth, where it's like they fundamentally like differ in what they do.
The only time he ever showed fear was when he fucking saw Madara, bro.
How they function.
Would he even know that if he had Shisui's eye? Would Obito even know that?
I don't think so, no.
Because the only reason like Mifune was able to not Mifune, what's his name again? The guy with the Byakugan? Ao, yeah. The only reason Ao was able to realize that was because of the freaking Byakugan.
Yeah. So, I mean,
like how would Obito know that Danzo has Shisui's eye?
I don't think
How would he know that?
I think what would happen is he would reveal it and then capture the Nine Tails. But this is one of those things where if you like argued maybe that Obito could maintain control of the Nine Tails due to him being able to control a perfect Jinchuriki and Yagura, maybe you could argue something like that and say that it's on the same level as Danzo's Kodo Matsukami, because they can both control the Nine Tails and they both can control perfect Jinchuriki and things like that. Maybe you can make an argument like that and say he can maintain control of it, in which case he would probably beat Danzo and the village would be destroyed. But yeah, it just depends on who can actually control Danzo there, and I think Danzo has a pretty good argument of being able to control Obito as well. So
you know,
he can
it's
definitely
funny.
At least kill Obito. But yeah, what's up?
So I just realized. So somebody in the chat was just like, yeah, they can't really prove the effects truly went away from Kodo, right? But Swag is trying to make claim that based off of the face that Mifune was making, that the effects of Kodo went away.
It seems like Danzo may have just stopped it, you know? Like once it was called out.
Well, yeah. But my thing is, if Swag is willing to make an argument just like that, then why won't he make that same argument and accept the same argument for Tobirama blitzing Jubito with the whole face reaction thing?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he?
By that same logic, he should be able to like think, yeah, that shit's fine.
He got surprised.
Or like the whole
by clone.
or that like Minato is not truly dazed.
Yeah.
Based off of what he does during the war.
His face doesn't look like it. He has nothing in his demeanor that suggests it. It's just kind of assumed that the days last the entire fight for no reason. So,
and
yeah.
to take it a step further, you know, we were talking about the Nine Tails. You know, because there's a bit of dialogue from Obito that like, oh, Danzo's getting ready to control the Nine Tails. We don't know how he was gonna do that with like Hashirama in his arm or his face.
It just gives him more control. Like,
what?
We saw that like when Orochimaru was casting his Edo Tensei on Tobirama, the reason he was able to maintain control was because he had Hashirama cells implanted in his body. Now, that just gives you better binding power. So that in tandem with something like Kodo Matsukami would definitely probably be able to control the Nine Tails. The Nine Tails is susceptible to genjutsu of that caliber. So that in combination with the Hashirama cells would suggest he can do it. Go ahead.
The Hashirama cells are literally known as like the steroids of the Naruto universe, to the point where they literally kidnapped Yamato to use his body as a means of collecting back some of the the Hashirama cells that Orochimaru originally gave him to then give to the rest of the white Zetsus to amp them in the oncoming war.
Yeah.
Why are we then just not going to say that Danzo, with the Hashirama cells literally amping him, not be able to control the Nine Tails with the amount of,
he should have more binding power than Obito just because he has Hashirama cells.
And by the way, this is literally Obito saying this. Yeah. This is Obito saying this, bro. This is not, they said. It's Obito. The motherfucker that we're literally talking about in this video that Danzo's supposed to be fighting a younger version of.
Yeah, I still think Danzo has better genjutsu from the fact that Kodo is stated to be the ultimate genjutsu by Itachi as well. And also, Swag wanted to make the face argument, right? That, as soon as they told him he was out of it, Danzo could have just stopped using it at that point. He could have just deactivated it. So they're just making an assumption there. Now that I think about it a little bit more, I would have to take a shot right then because I just debunked him again. Damn, Swag. You get debunked too often, Swag. It's unfortunate.
Maybe he was looking for a Senju DNA boosted genjutsu for the Nine Tails, or he was gonna sprout wood to control Naruto as he was evolving. We just don't know. The way I perceive it, it's
just having the cells in you gives you more binding power. Orochimaru didn't have to use wood style to be better at binding Tobirama. He just used the fact that he had Hashirama cells in him at all. Just having the cells in you allow you to have better binding power.
I'm going to call it right now. They're going to cut away from this panel right before it shows the panel that Obito is talking.
Probably gonna
they're going to cut away right before that happens.
Trying to restrain Naruto in the village. They didn't want him to leave, so I imagine he was probably going to snake Naruto in some way.
Oh wait,
as controlling the full Nine Tails seems a bit out of his control.
Who's talking right now, Noodles?
Yeah. So I don't think he clears either or, and he's just not capable. But he is interesting to talk about because it's almost like he was preparing for this kind of eventuality by the dialogue discussed by him by Obito.
Yeah. But another thing that kind of supports that he would lose here is he doesn't seem to think that he could beat Pain, because he doesn't interfere. He just lets Pain fuck up the village, right? But at the same time, he also seems like maybe he has a plan to handle Pain. So I don't know. That's unclear. I don't really know why he stabbed the messenger frog.
I always interpret it as he's just because I think they mentioned it
that was the biggest dick move in the series.
People to question Tsunade after this, so he could come in and be like, listen, I would have personally never let that happen, just me guys, but hey man, what can you say? But yeah, he definitely it's a little weird to talk about because he never really intervenes against Pain.
Yeah, he doesn't try to fight Pain, which he probably would if he thought he could.
Yeah.
So next up we have Jiraiya as a Hokage candidate. And I might get in trouble for saying this, but I think that Jiraiya is weaker than all 7 of the Hokage, Tsunade included, because
this video would have ended here. Why are we talking about Jiraiya?
This is just
why are we talking about because he was you were we're just gonna consider Danzo because he was technically a Hokage for a period of time. Why are we even talking about Jiraiya? This video should be over.
All I have to say is Four Tails Naruto bodied Jiraiya and nearly killed him. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Moving on.
And so this would just be at best we'll say tuning exams Orochimaru type of stats, right?
Orochimaru nearly died to him too. Orochimaru's not beating 14-year-old Obito.
Orochimaru's not a Hokage, so why is this being talked about?
Yeah.
Just pull up, start shooting arrows. None of it's gonna really work. So I actually do think that Sasuke would perform quite well against the Nine Tails. I think he does have some options he could do against it. It's just again
wait, Sasuke? Why is Sasuke being talked about?
But the arrows probably.
Why is Sasuke being talked about?
I don't know.
Obito himself, and it's
he's not a Hokage.
You can't really edge your way out of it.
Okay.
Somehow blows it away or whatever. He has Kagetsuchi to redirect those flames, because any flames that are on the battlefield, Sasuke could just move with Kagetsuchi. So I think that the Nine Tails just doesn't really have an answer for that. I guess while he's on fire, he could shoot a Biju bomb, and that would blow up
characters were Hokage candidates.
But aside from that, I think he's actually
so the rest of these are just Hokage candidates, not actual Hokage.
Matarasu is crazy. It's straight up cut off his arm to stop it from killing him. Like,
You think if this was like
that
an
type of thing. So,
important
I think
detail, they would have mentioned near the beginning of the video,
Yeah.
it would be a cool fight to watch.
so people
but
wouldn't
Obito
be
would back him.
concerned of
Yeah.
why the video is 54 minutes long when they only need to talk about 5
Next up, we
Hokage
have Fugaku.
or 7 more like.
So
Fugaku?
this one will probably be short because Fugaku probably has a good counter to Obito's control of the Nine Tails. Because like the way people talk about him, he's called Wicked Eye, and in the novel he seems pretty confident that he could tame the Nine Tails as well.
Yeah.
So maybe he would be able to wrestle Obito's control away from him.
Wow, it's almost like that's what I said about Danzo, you dumb bitch, you big dumb retard. Oh.
Oh man.
Oh. He got bodied. Dude, I precogged him with the Danzo argument. Okay. I can control the Nine Tails with the Mangekyo Sharingan.
So
Looks
he's
like
willing to make
planning
that same.
control the Nine Tails.
So he's willing to make this argument for Fugaku, who does fucking jack all in the series, but not for Danzo.
Danzo with Kodo Matsukami
That's-
confirmed to be the strongest genjutsu, the ultimate genjutsu, confirmed to be. And it doesn't even work differently than the other Shisui's eye. Why would it? They're both Shisui's eyes. Why would they be different, Surfbone? Does that make any sense? Dude, they're so
Yeah,
fucking... Oh
there's
my god, he's so
pure-
fucking dumb.
Pure speculation.
Dude, it's so
Pure
fucking dumb.
speculation.
He said he might be able to wrestle away the Nine Tails control. So can Danzo with a stronger genjutsu. Oh man, that's so funny.
Nine Tails as well.
Yeah.
So maybe he would be able to wrestle Obito's control away from him.
And then he can just
like-
let the Nine Tails fight Obito while he just chills out and either fights Obito too, and then he could sacrifice himself with that seal that almost killed adult Obito and Sasuke. He could sacrifice himself with that seal and catch 14-year-old Obito, or a Biju Bomb will catch him, or something like that, or a fingernail will catch him like he did Minato. So, yeah, I don't think Obito will be able to last in a fight against Danzo with 12 different Izanagi and the capability to one-shot Obito, and the Nine Tails, which can one-shot him too, and has massive AoE jutsu that can affect him. So... yeah, Danzo's probably bodying 14-year-old Obito.
I'm fine with granting him that for this. He would
Even
just steal the
Swagkage is
Nine
my
Tails and
argument.
Fight Obito.
He would steal the Nine Tails to fight Obito. He's literally using my argument. Based on the same kind of statement, literally. Fugaku might have the Amaterasu since the second data book, and he has all fire style, which includes Amaterasu's Blaze release, which wasn't in the second. I don't know if that's true.
The problem is that Fugaku's apparently like weaker than Shisui in the novel, and Shisui loses to Danzo.
He was poisoned.
So like, granted, you know, Shisui does get surprise attacked by
Poison, like,
yeah,
So basically, what Swag is saying is
Danzo wins.
Fugaku is weaker than Danzo, as confirmed by the novel, and Danzo also can control the Nine Tails, and Danzo has a more powerful genjutsu than Obito, and Danzo can use Izanagi more times than Obito can. Actually, he can use it 12 times, and he'll have the Nine Tails on his side and wrestle away control. Okay, Surfbone. Explain to me how Danzo's not bodying even by Swag's logic.
Oh no. Yeah, that's the problem that we've been exposing throughout this entire video, is that Swag picks and chooses when his line of logic actually applies, and it doesn't because it doesn't apply for certain characters, but it does apply to others. Like for some reason, Fugaku, it does like actually count, but for Danzo it doesn't.
Like he has Kodo, which can work on the Nine Tails, and he has Hashirama Cell, so he also just has more binding power, and he has multiple Sharingan, more Sharingan than Obito. So, like, how do you not think that he has not have more binding power than Obito would, especially at 14 years old? How did y'all get 12 instead of 11? Whatever it is, doesn't matter. 12, 11. Quit being pedantic. That's what I say, Big Alex. Pedantic.
Like,
That's what you are.
But he can't even react with Kodo Matsukami in time. So, like, I don't know. Like, maybe Shisui is actually just crazy and like that guy. But it's like base Danzo.
Yeah.
I don't know. And if you use certain anime filler or like the version of the events from Storm Revolution, it's specifically the anime filler version though. Danzo just bullies him, man.
Oh my God.
It's so bad. He actually like beats him up. So it depends on which version of Shisui you want to use. But
So yeah,
If you think
Fugaku
Shisui is
stronger
some
than
crazy, like,
Shisui,
fastest
stronger than
universe level character,
Fugaku,
definitely not. But if you
with
think
more
like,
binding
way
power
above
and a
where
better
he is, you
genjutsu
only
than
lost to Naruto
Fugaku.
because,
Doesn't have any
like that,
chance, but
then
Fugaku
It's kind
does.
of hard to put a
Make
ceiling
it
on
make
Fugaku.
sense,
If
Swag.
you take that anime filler into consideration, it's a completely different story. But I'd say that like Fugaku's just featless, so it's kind of weird to like give him the benefit of the doubt and be like, yeah, he'd be able to beat Obito. He'd be able to stop himself from being pulled into this alternate dimension by Obito's Mangekyo Sharingan.
It's just, it's not indicative.
Izanagi
Like
would stop that from happening. It's a counter to Kamui.
The fact that Shisui couldn't react to Izanagi, which to be fair, like Sasuke didn't sense it, or like Kerin couldn't sense it when they're fighting as well. Like maybe you argue that, but that all that displays is that these types of surprise attacks are still effective against Mangekyo Sharingan users, and is very consistent with like this type of strength in the verse at this time. That's all that means. So it's not even like to throw a stray at Shisui. It's just that like him being stronger than Fugaku, and then like the way
Even having the Mangekyo Sharingan alone is stated to be able to help you be able to control the Nine Tails.
Hard to determine, and it's hard to give him like the benefit of the doubt. So we're being generous with the Nine Tails.
Could you grab that statement, Nate? The Mangekyo Sharingan's capable of controlling the Nine Tails. Should be a data book and a manga statement for it.
That we are going to feature here before the end of the video is Kiba. This is also stretching the definition of candidate because he just said that he was going to be Hokage.
More like you're
especially with
stretching
his
out
one
this
shadow
video.
form. I don't really see what Obito or the Nine Tails. I don't see what they're supposed to do about him when he makes the three-headed dog.
They don't know about like rotating Fang over Fang. The thing you need to
That jutsu is one of the biggest confirmed multipliers in the series, unironically.
understand is that like this technique is not stoppable. It was only stopped in the series too many times. It was stopped actually consistently. So
At them like immediately, and because
level of these feats are
also the fact that Hinata, who was of Naruto, again in the future, controversial one, like I said, but picks. I think that Tobirama is probably going to be the most controversial one.
Of course it is.
But maybe some of you will like really want to insist that like Jiraiya would be able to do it or something. I don't know.
All right, Tobirama 100% is the most controversial one here because Obito has absolutely zero chance against the motherfucker that scales to 10 tails, Jubito. Jubito. He scales to him. Swag. Me and Swag's debate is still cooking, by the way, boys. It's still cooking. We haven't discussed topics yet, but it's cooking. Me and Surfbone got some plans. We got some plans. Should we reveal what the plans are, Surfbone, here?
I mean, you already said it near the beginning of the stream anyway.
I know, but they're not going to catch it. And also, it's... I didn't specify what it was.
You did specify.
I said we just had some things cooking. That's all I said.
Hold on. If someone in the chat remembers, why don't you tell Noodles what it was? And let's see if I'm right. If the people in the chat do in chat remember.
I remember.
Yeah, and I do, and I remember you specified what it was.
Speaking of this,
let's see if chat is able to figure out what it was. If not, then I guess it's truly in the dark.
Noodles, I posted the manga scan for the Mangekyo being able to control the Nine Tails. Let's see. Look at this statement. Blindness. That's the price of obtaining the power to control the Nine Tails. So Itachi directly says that the Mangekyo Sharingan will allow you to control the Nine Tails. Danzo has the Mangekyo Sharingan, and he has the strongest genjutsu for the Mangekyo Sharingan. So, by Swag's logic, Danzo would be able to wrestle away, control the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails plus Danzo probably would be enough to kill Obito, albeit with some damage taken to the village. So, yeah, this video was terrible. Actually terrible.
This was much worse than I thought it was gonna be.
I'm gonna rewatch the whole stream. Facts. Sorry for all the power outages and stream issues today, guys. Hopefully next one I'll get my shit together, and that'll be better. But yeah, some of it wasn't my fault though. It's power outages. Hokage Shikamaru greater than 4 Kage, greater than Kenshiki, greater than Kage, greater than Jubi Madara, greater than Alive Madara, greater than Edo Madara, greater than Nine Tails, greater than
that's
Danzo.
crazy. They didn't mention Shikamaru.
Yeah.
But they're willing to talk about all the other Hokage candidates, but not Shikamaru.
Shikamaru binds both of them instantly. Unironically.
It's literally what would happen.
Yeah, he would do fine.
And then he's like, yeah, y'all can take the Nine Tails and like put it to sleep or something. Like
go kill Obito and then go seal the Nine Tails. What he would tell some people in the village.
Literally.
Thumbs down. Los Lanes. Fuck you. That's what I think. I'm gonna rewatch the stream. Good man. Good man. Tobirama's the only controversial one. Rest is okay. No, Hiruzen was also controversial and stupid. Hiruzen should be able to body. And also Hokage Kakashi should be able to body. He literally got them all wrong except the only Hokage he actually got right. Literally the only ones was Hashirama and Tsunade. He got those two right. The rest he got wrong. So that's all I'll say about that. Surfbone, think this will bring it into the stream. What you think?
Yep. Again, this video was pretty lackluster, considering they both had like brains on Naruto and they weren't able to come up with like some of the basic stuff that we were able to think about. That just blatantly, like, this just video sucked overall, and a lot of it just felt like it was padded out purposely to keep the video going. I don't know. Maybe I just like more concise videos that actually tell you the important stuff and don't care about like Hokage candidates to like talk about it. And then we're gonna leave out Shikamaru as well. Like, this felt like a really poorly organized video, and it kind of sucks that Thunder God basically had to essentially like formulate his opinions differently because he's in a swag video, and then had to repurpose it in the comments by saying, "Oh, by the way, I do think Tobirama would be able to do the stuff that I said he wouldn't be able to do in the video."
Yep, I agree with that. All right, Surfbone. I think this 0 out of 10. To be honest, no, I give it a 2 out of 10 since he got 2 right. He got 2 right, so 2 out of 10. You get a 2, Swag.
Yeah.
Everything else was dog shit, especially that Fugaku argument. That was literally mine, but for Danzo, and Danzo's just better than Fugaku. So,
like, I'm sure Thunder God is a good guy and he probably makes good videos, but him being in a swag video and him saying some of the stuff he said in here was not a good showing. And
yeah.
it
At least he reprimanded the Tobirama one. He fixed that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that I feel like that just tells me that like he probably wasn't being completely truthful in this video, and that really all the bad opinions really came from Swag and not Thunder God. So
It's possible. Yep. But still, debates on the horizon.
This is probably
guys. More video stuff will come out soon, I promise. And yeah, that'll be it. So.
Yep. And then I guess Daigo Night video tomorrow, based on what's, and then it just depends on which one Sam wants us to watch.
Yeah, we'll decide. Yeah. I'll decide on what time I want to do the stream. I might not be able to tomorrow because I got to go to dinner and stuff. But soon, we will do that soon though.
All right.
All right, boys, and I think that's about it. Swag is still it would be funny if we did Hiruzen versus Minato, so I could dunk on him about Hiruzen having Flying Thunder God. But
yeah,
that'd be funny, wouldn't it? But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. So appreciate everybody for turning up. Appreciate the people that stayed even through the problems. You guys are the homies. Appreciate everybody that donated. Sam, good shit, bro. You got your own stream. You got to get to pick a stream. I'll ask you what video we're gonna react to. So, but yeah, appreciate everybody for turning up, and good night. Hope you all have a wonderful night.
Bye-bye.
Itachi greater than Madara video. I don't know. When is it?